shoreline, nearly running into surfers and swimmers. The boat beached itself right down here on Carlsbad off Grand Avenue. About approximately 10 people hopped out of the boat, ran into the Carlsbad neighborhoods, and were picked up by an SUV and driven away. It was a very coordinated effort, and it happened right here. It's been happening quite a bit more often than we'd like to see here in San Diego County, but we just had witnesses see this last Saturday. We know about the 125,000 migrants who've been enter our county and seeking asylum. They've been dropped off in our streets, primarily at the Iris Avenue station. What happened here on Saturday, though, is a much bigger problem. The idea that the people that jumped off the boat, ran into the neighborhood, got in a car, and got away, we have no idea who they are, we have no idea where they are, and these people were not vetted at all. So since 2020, we've seen a 139% increase in maritime human smuggling events like the one we just saw in Carlsbad last weekend. The state of California gives free health care to illegal immigrants. The County of San Diego gives free legal defense to those here illegally seeking asylum, and no matter what crime they commit. And being a sanctuary state, law enforcement, and most people don't realize this, but law enforcement in the state of California is not allowed to work with immigration, Customs and Border Patrol, or with ICE. So even if these people were arrested by the Carlsbad Police Department, they could not turn these people over to ICE or over to the Border Patrol. I want to underscore that point because most people don't realize that that is the case here in California. Even if migrants or people that committed a crime get let out of jail, law enforcement cannot hand that person over to ICE or immigration. So we've seen the fact that other states have made major increases in the amount of security along the border, Arizona and Texas. San Diego sector, we had the highest numbers of encounters last week. It's not unusual that it's unusual. It just shows that immigration or migration has switched over to San Diego County. So we stand here today to call upon the state of California and the federal government. We cannot have people just rushing in on boats onto our shores and going into neighborhoods. We need harsher penalties on human smugglers. We need the state and federal officials to bring more resources, whether it's more Coast Guard or National Guard. We need to allow, and we also, as a state, we got to come together and allow law enforcement to communicate with ICE. We need to be able to deport criminals out of the country. The fact that many people have come here is primarily because we put out the red carpet. And in knowing that once you get here across the border, even if you come illegally, the chances of being deported are very, very little. There's no repercussions for entering the country illegally, coming be it by boat or just walking across the border. We need to make major changes for the safety of our people, the safety of all of San Diego County. And next I want to introduce the mayor of Carlsbad to speak about last Saturday's incident, Keith Blackburn.
Thank you, Jim. I'm Keith Blackburn. I'm the mayor here in Carlsbad. Welcome to our beautiful city. Smugglers don't operate with any regard to public safety. The boat, I watched the videos of this boat come in on Saturday, in the middle of a Saturday, with kids in the water, people sunbathers, and the boat pulled up high speed with zero regard to safety. We don't know if these men were simply migrants, or whether they were just looking for a better life, or if they were on terrorist watch lists, or if they were human traffickers, or if they were smuggling drugs or weapons. But I gotta say this, and I'm gonna say it a couple of times, please don't blame our local police officers. State law, SB 54, prohibits city police from taking any immigration enforcement action. So I'm gonna say it again, please don't blame our police. Carlsbad supports legislation to combat this. And ultimately, if residents aren't satisfied with the current situation, I strongly encourage you to contact your state and federal lawmakers and tell them that you're not happy with this current situation. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce Mayor of San Marcos, Rebecca Jones.
Thank you, Keith. Well, we have a problem, obviously. The video that we saw the other day is breathtaking, honestly. We have an urgent need for enhanced coastal security. Recent incidents of boats carrying illegal immigrants washing ashore highlight the pressing need for increased Coast Guard presence along our beaches. We must protect our borders and our communities. Strengthening Coast Guard patrols is crucial not only for combating illegal immigration, but also for safeguarding our communities with potential threats and criminal activities that may arise. We must secure the necessary resources that are for adequate funding and support from both the state and the federal government. They are essential in us moving forward. We must include investing in additional personnel, equipment, and technology to effectively monitor and intercept unauthorized vessels from attempting to enter our coastal waters. We must prevent the humanitarian crisis. Enhanced Coast Guard patrols not only serve to enforce our immigration laws, but also play a vital role in protecting our coastlines. By intercepting and rescuing migrants before they reach our shores, we can mitigate the risk to both the communities and these migrants that are coming ashore. Now, I want you to know we must do better, and we must do better now. And I'd like to introduce Mayor John Franklin from the City of Vista.
I've been to the southern border about 7 times in the last 3 years, and we see a border strewn with identification cards from all over the world. These are individuals who do not want Border Patrol to know their identity, but those are the individuals who are not afraid to cross and surrender themselves to Border Patrol at the border. What we're seeing here in Carlsbad and our beaches in North County are individuals who absolutely do not want to be apprehended or interdicted by law enforcement, and that is the reason that they are coming in boats to our beaches. These are individuals that are smuggling drugs like fentanyl into our communities that are killing our children. We're calling on President Biden, we're calling on Congress to step up security at our ports and at our beaches to prevent these illegal crossers from entering our beaches. We need border security for the safety of our residents, and we need it now. Now I'm honored to introduce Deputy Mayor Ryan Keim of the City of Oceanside.
I can tell you, as a former Oceanside police officer and our deputy mayor, our #1 job as a local elected officials is to keep our city safe and protect our residents. And so when I see a video of a high-speed boat coming through the surf line, narrowly missing surfers on a busy Saturday, that's unacceptable in my city. It's unacceptable in Carlsbad. We hear of these boats coming across up and down the coast, but a lot of them are at night, secluded beaches. This is one of our most popular beaches. It's the one my family's been to many times. And when we have that, for us as local leaders, it's extremely frustrating. And the chaos at the border and the fact that many of these crossers know there will be no consequences here encourages this, and it makes our cities less safe. We have to call on the federal government to do something, protect our communities, and make a difference. Thank you very much.
Okay, with that, I don't know if there's any questions or you want to do any one-on-ones with any of the elected leaders.